Oh,
Long ago, the Sangtam Naga people believed humans could marry not just each other, but also supernatural beings like angels or fairies. This is a story about a poor widower who lived alone. His wife had passed away and they had no children. His life was hard, with only the fire in his hut to keep him company. One night, as the widower sat by his fire, he heard someone call his name outside. He opened the door and saw a beautiful lady standing there. She asked, "Can I rest here tonight?" Even though he was poor, he welcomed her kindly and invited her inside to sit by the fire. It was late and the lady was hungry. She asked for food, but the widower said, "I'm sorry, I have nothing to give." She smiled and told him, "Don't worry. Put a pot on the fire and add water." He did as she said. Then she scratched her hair over the pot, and suddenly it was full of rice. She said, "Now put another pot for curry." He did, and when she scratched her hair again, the pot filled with pork. They ate together, happy and full, sharing a special moment. That night, the widower and the lady talked and grew close. They decided to get married and live as husband and wife. Even though his hut was simple, her presence made it a home. He felt she was different, maybe magical, but he loved her and trusted her. One day, the lady told her husband to farm a small piece of land next to their neighbor's field. He had no land of his own, so he listened and worked hard to prepare it. When it was time to plant, she said, "Sow gourd seeds and don't pull out the shoots when you clean the field." He followed her advice, curious about what would grow. As the gourd plants grew, the widower went to clear weeds. By mistake, he pulled out some gourd shoots. Right then, loud thunder boomed in the sky. When he got home, his wife was upset. "Why didn't you listen?" she said. "My father is angry because you harmed the gourds." He realized her father lived in the heavens, watching them. When harvest time came, the lady told him to weave mats and build a barn. He said, "But we don't have grain to store." She replied, "Just do it." So he made mats and a barn. Then she asked him to lay a mat on the ground. She held a gourd over her head and broke it, saying, "Fill this mat with non-sticky rice." The mat was covered with rice. She broke another gourd and said, "Fill it with sticky rice." Again, it happened. Their barn was full and they became rich and happy. Soon they had a baby boy who looked like his mother. Life was good. But the lady sometimes left to visit her father in a heavenly place. She always came back with a mitten leg, a big animal, for them to cook and eat. She told her husband to meet her at a certain spot on a mountain to pick her up, but never to go beyond that spot. He always waited there, glad to see her return. Over time, the widower grew suspicious. He noticed his wife visited her father whenever someone died in the village. One day, after a disabled neighbor passed away, she left again. Instead of waiting at the usual spot, he went further up the mountain and hid. He was shocked to see her carrying the leg of their dead neighbor. He ran back to the meeting spot. When she arrived, the leg had turned into a mitten leg. He stayed quiet, but his heart was troubled. That night, she cooked the mitten leg, but the widower wouldn't eat. He couldn't forget what he saw. His silence told her he knew her secret. Their love couldn't survive the truth. They grew distant and decided to part ways. She left for her father's home in the sky, and he stayed behind with their son. The widower struggled to raise his son alone. The boy was often hungry and cried for his mother. Sometimes, as he crawled in the village, an object would fall from the sky. When he licked it, his hunger went away and he stopped crying. From far away, his fairy mother was feeding him, caring for him in her own way. The boy grew into a handsome man thanks to his mother's secret care. This story doesn't say when or where it happened, but it teaches us something important. Long ago, humans and supernatural beings could marry, but when trust broke, they parted. This tale shows how humans and creatures once lived in peace, but that balance is gone now. Still, the boy's story reminds us of a mother's love that reached from the sky to the earth. And so, the story of the widower and the angel lives on. The Sangtam people believe that when a Methun is killed on earth, especially during big celebrations, a celestial being dies in the heavens, for their spirits are linked. Smethuns on earth are the form of heavenly spirits, and when a person dies here, a Methun may die above. The widower's wife, a fairy, carried what seemed like a human leg, but it became a Mithun leg hiding this sacred truth. When he saw her secret, their trust broke, ending the bond between humans and spirits. This tale reminds us of a time when humans and celestial beings were close, but doubt and imbalance ended that harmony, leaving only a mother's love to bridge the world.